Good morning, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I am Anne and this is my husband Yoyo. We met on a dating app in 2020 and after 2 years of online dating, he decided to visit Kenya where we got married. A month later, I joined him to Norway and this is a story of how my life has changed since I moved from Kenya to Norway. I've been in Norway for approximately now 2 years. So I'll just do a comparison of how things are different. And just to put a disclaimer on this video, this is entirely my experience when I was living in Kenya and when I'm living here in Norway. So we all know that in Kenya we have different social classes and life experiences vary from one social class to another. First, let's start with my career, whereby back in Kenya, I used to be a high school teacher, teaching teenagers ranging from age 12 to 17. I used to teach biology and agriculture, and I loved my job because it was a pleasure interacting with these kids, guiding them through life, through their career path, and so many other things. Here in Norway, my career changed from a teacher in Kenya to a housekeeper in Norway. This is just a part-time career that I've been doing as I do my studies, because like for you to do an office work here in Norway, first of all, it is a requirement that you have to know how to speak the language fluently. And for me, I don't know how to speak the language fluently. That's why I cannot get like an office job. So the only available job you can do are the cleaning jobs and those types of work. Although someone gets tired at the end of the day, I also sometimes enjoy doing this job. Like I'm getting used to doing it because at the end of the month, you have like some good money and you can enjoy yourself.
Standing underneath the lights.
In Kenya, when it comes to making food, most of the time I used to use a jiko and charcoal. As you can see, this one is a charcoal burner. And sometimes when I'm in the village, I used to cook food using firewood. So just to let it be known, this one is my experience in Kenya because we have different social classes and lives are different in Kenya.
Only then I say, hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build the secret.
Sometimes also in Kenya, I used to make food using gas. So we have that gas cylinder. It is connected to a gas burner, and when you turn it on, that's when you can make your food using the gas burner. In Norway, most of the time, like in many places I've visited, people make food using electricity. So we have the induction burner like this one where we have the hot plate. You just turn it on and you can just make your food, as simple as that. When it comes to doing my laundry in Kenya, I used to do it using my hands. So like you put some water in a trough and you put some clothes, then you just use your hands to clean them very well. So this job used to take like almost a whole day if you have clothes for an entire week that you want to clean.
build a secret place for you and me.
So with this type of cleaning, if you have a large family or if you have so many clothes that you want to clean, your back was not spared because it involves a lot of bending where you have to make sure the clothes are clean, and then you use a separate second trough to rinse the clothes. Then after that you just squeeze the water out. And because in Kenya we have a lot of sunshine like throughout the year, you just hang them on the hanging lines and then they will dry. And after that you can just remove them and iron or just fold them.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light
In Norway, laundry work takes a very short time because I use a washing machine. So I just have to separate like white clothes from the colored ones, and then I put them in the washing machine. I add my laundry powder and my fabric softener, and then I start the machine. Then as it is cleaning the clothes, I can go on and do some other things, and then I will just come when it is done.
here we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents.
This is how I used to clean the dishes back in Kenya, whereby you just use like some water in a trough and then you clean the dishes. Then you have a separate trough with clean water that you will use to rinse them, and then you can just wipe them clean, wipe them dry, or on other side you can just put them on a dish rack in the sun where they will dry, and then now you just remove them and put them back into the drawers.
Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond a bigger scale, the world.
Here in Norway, I have a dishwasher whereby I just feed the dirty dishes into the washer. Then I add some soap, and then after that I will just turn it on and leave the dishes to wash. It always takes like, I've set it to clean the dishes for 1 hour 20 minutes. Then after that I can just come and remove them and wipe them dry and put them back in the drawers. Some people always ask if the dishwasher cleans the dishes clean. Yeah, it makes the dishes very, very clean because it uses like hot water, and we have like the water comes out or jets out in power, so it just cleans the dishes as clean as when you are using your hands.
How many smiles does it take to be happy?
When it comes to transportation, this one is the common means of transport that I used to use in Kenya. We have the motorbikes, which will take you anywhere you want to go. And then we also have these small buses, we call them matatu, which will also take you to where you want to go. In most cases, they are usually so overcrowded because they are supposed to carry a maximum of 14 people, but sometimes they end up carrying up to 21 people.
Come give me all your love. I want you to know we can make it together. Let the wind blow.
Here in Norway, we have a personal car whereby my husband drives me like in most places that I want to go if he's not busy at the moment. But if he's busy, I usually use this blue thing. We call it a trick. Yeah, that is what I use, and sometimes I always use the bus, and that's how the buses look like. The difference here is that the buses are always on time and they are not so overcrowded like the buses in Kenya. So and if it is a long distance, then I always travel with the train because it goes much faster.
All of my scars start to heal.
Grocery and fruit buying in Kenya is always done in an open air market, whereby they are cheap, they are fresh, they are organic, and they taste so sweet. So when you go to buy them, you can always choose the ones that you want, and at the same time you can always negotiate the price when you are buying the groceries in Kenya.
Together, let the wind blow. All we need is each other. Come take my hand, you're all that I have now. I won't let you go. 'Cause
in Norway, we don't have open air market for groceries. You always buy them in the supermarket, and here you cannot negotiate for the price because they have the price tag, or sometimes they weigh them in kilos. So you just go pick whatever you want from the supermarket and you will have to pay according to the exact price that is marked or according to the kilos when they weigh them. The biggest difference in grocery buying here in Norway is that you do not find all the types of groceries that are found in Kenya, especially some vegetables and some types of fruits, because of the different weather and the different climate in both the countries. And also something else is that the fruits do not taste the same as the fruits which are grown in Kenya. The ones in Kenya, I feel that they are more tasty, they are more sweet than the ones that are sold here in Norway, although I love the fruits in this country.
it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you. Just say the word and we can leave this place. I'll take
Most of the roads in Kenya, they are not tarmac, so they are very dusty during the dry weather and they are very muddy when it rains. Hence, you have to keep on washing your shoes or wiping them clean on a daily basis. On the other hand, the roads in Norway, they are tarmac. Even if they are feeder roads, they are tarmac. So you don't have the hassle of cleaning your shoes, and hence you have the leisure of putting on white sneakers, and at the end of the day they will just still be clean.
love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you.
Back in Kenya, my grandparents have a very large piece of land where they grow different types of food. Here they had grown napier grass, which is food for the cows. And I remember way back when we were kids, how we used to spend like hours tilling this land and growing some different types of foods.
And when I look at you smile, I don't know how, but it feels like I'm drunk on you. It feels like I'm drunk on you. It feels like I'm drunk on you. Oh!
On the other hand, here in Norway, we don't have large pieces of land. I just have a small backyard where sometimes during summer, I usually prepare it and grow some vegetables where they can just take like only 3 months, because after that we are back in the winter and it is always frozen.
Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine.
Life in Norway and life back in Kenya is completely different, since these are two different places. Both have their cons and pros, since there are things I love here in Norway and there are things I don't love, and also there are things I love in Kenya and there are some things I don't love. Despite the differences, I love both places. Bye bye for now, and please remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Bye.